guys, it's Adria. So today I am going to be giving you guys some nostalgia if you're old enough to reminisce in this with me, okay? So we are going to be talking about some of my favorite things from the 90s that I grew up with. I know a lot of you guys think I'm like 16, 17, 18. No, I'm 21. I was born in 93. I was young, but I remember the 90s. If you guys are young, if you were born in 1999 or 98, I do not want to hear how you miss the 90s. Like, girl, you were there for 2 years. Like, get out of here. Posers. Hashtag posers. First thing that I think needs honorable mention. All right, these are in no order. Like, I loved all this stuff, but freaking Wonder Balls, okay? They even had like a commercial for it. I wonder if it's on YouTube anywhere. If you don't know what it is, it's like a ball of chocolate in a little box. It was like filled with candy. It came with like a prize of some kind. It had like a sticker or like a tattoo or something. Wonder Balls were the greatest thing ever. And I remember my mom would never let me get it because you know how your mom would never let you get candy at the store? It was like that. It was like at the checkout aisle, you know, like candy where all the candy is. It's like, oh, Wonder Ball. That was like the best thing ever. And the other day, a girl at my work said that they sell them somewhere. And I was like, what? I think she said like Big Lots or something like that. And I was like, what? I hope that is the truth. If not, I have no reason to live. I've only had, I think, 1 or 2 in my life because my mom would never let me buy them. Kind of wish I had been a little bit older so that I could have bought myself a Wonder Ball. Thank you, mother. The 90s fashion was very, very weird. And I know we're probably going to look back at the stuff we wear now and be like, what the heck is up with that? And I know I'm wearing feather earrings and it's like, you're talking about 90s being weird. Look at you with your feather. Yeah. Okay, those neck chokers, and I see people wear them now. I rarely, but they were like called like tattoo neck chokers. It's supposed to look like a tattoo and they're stretchy and you stretch it over your head and then it like fits to the size of your neck. Guilty, I had one. I mean, little girl in the 90s, I had to have that even though I was like 6 or 7, just had to have it. I don't know what's up with the 90s trends. Speaking of that, overalls, another weird thing that is oddly coming back. It's like, why are overalls coming back? I have a pair now and going to the bathroom is just not okay. It's an adventure, especially in a public bathroom. It's not okay. Oh my gosh, this next thing, as soon as I thought of this, like, I was looking online at, like, 90s things to, like, jog my memory, but I thought of this on my own. Betty Spaghetti. Does anybody remember that? It just gave me such a flashback to my childhood. I was just like, oh my gosh, because I remember one year I got it for Christmas and I was just so happy. And I had, like, the one with the yellow hair, and you could, like, take her hair out and give her new hair. I wish they would bring stuff like that back. Like, I feel like toys today for kids are, like, so lame. I'll admit, if I were a kid now, I would probably really like Monster High. If I were, like, a kid now, I'd be like, mother, get me Monster High, please. Oh my gosh, this thing, I actually had this, like, 2-3 years ago. Dunkaroos. Raise your hand if you remember Dunkaroos. They were like little vanilla cookies shaped like kangaroos doing stuff. Like, he was really sporty, I remember. It had a little thing of icing, and the icing was like, it looked like funfetti kind of icing. It had like the little rainbow dots in it. Just the tastiest thing ever. And I found it, we had a supermarket called Super Fresh, like right down the street from me. And they sold Dunkaroos there. And then that supermarket closed and my life was over. Yeah, I literally had Dunkaroos like 3 years ago maybe. If you've never had one, like, blessings to you, child, because you will never know the wonders of Dunkaroos. This is probably the biggest part of growing up in the 90s, my childhood, is 90s Nickelodeon. Everybody knows this. You couldn't have experienced the 90s without Nickelodeon. I don't care how old you are. Nickelodeon was all that, pardon the pun. I loved all that. I loved Hey Arnold. I loved The Amanda Show. I loved Ren and Stimpy. Ugh, Kablam and Rugrats. I remember being at the grocery store with my mom once and she gave me a quarter and I got like a handful of runts like out of those twisty machines, and I was like, we have to hurry up and get home because Ren and Stimpy comes on at blah 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 o'clock. And yeah, oh my gosh, the days before DVR and all that stuff, you had to get home to see your favorite show. That's another thing that I miss. At that time, you had to, like, be there to watch your show. You know, if something came on at 8 o'clock, you had to be there in front of the TV at 8 o'clock. There was no recording that crap unless you put it on a VHS, but yeah. I guess that brings me to VHS tapes. I honestly miss those, even though we've come so far with technology where it's like, oh hey, I can rewind a DVD or a movie without having to sit there and wait for it. You know, you can just skip and it's completely rewound. I remember rewinding movies by hand. VHSs were just so bittersweet. You know, you would get so pissed at them when they would get all messed up and you'd pull it out and the whole ribbon would be all over the place. I mean, kids today won't know that struggle. You know, I remember in my house, we had, I think my uncle like custom built like this closet like in our wall, and it had like shelves in it, and the VHSs like fit perfectly in it. I mean, people wouldn't really have use for that now, but yeah, like they took up so much space. They were just so bulky, and I don't know. Oh, in the days of like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, like renting VHSs, it was just, oh my gosh, like I honestly miss those times. Even though things like are so much more advanced now and we have so much more technology, like I miss the simplicity of that, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go rent a movie at Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. I was a Hollywood Video type person because there was one right down the street from me. Really only went into Blockbuster like maybe like twice in my life, but Hollywood Video was my place. Actually, the Hollywood Video I went to as a child, they just recently turned the building into something else. Like the Hollywood Video sign was there for years. Like that building has been shut down for years, and they just now, like, I think they turned it into like a daycare or something, but it sat there forever, and I was just like, oh my gosh, Hollywood, no. And I remember people would be like, hey Drew, what'd you do this weekend? I'd be like, I went to Hollywood, and they'd be like, whoa, you did? And I was like, no, not in like California, I went to like the video store, and they'd be like, oh, okay. Oh, the good old days. Back to fashion. Anybody remember those jelly sandals? I can't remember if I had a pair. I'm guessing I did have a pair because every young girl had to have had a pair. I know I probably did. Now they're a thing again. Like all those weird things are coming back, like overalls and jelly shoes, like weird things like that. They're so cute. Like I think for like little kids are cute, but like I feel like if I got a pair of those now, even though they sell them in adult sizes now, I feel like I would just look like absolutely ridiculous. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I only have 4 minutes left to film. You know what? I am gonna go delete stuff off my camera because this is not okay. Okay, I am back now. I had to do some stuff, but I'm back. Yeah, the sun is starting to set and it's only 3 o'clock. Go figure. Okay, where was I? Okay, this is probably the highlight of toys for me in the 90s anyway, was Barbie. And I know they still have Barbie now, but Barbie now is nothing compared to the 90s. I remember when I was in kindergarten, 1998, I got like my first report card in kindergarten, and my mom said I could get a toy because like I was doing well in school, and I got the Barbie that was in a wheelchair, and I think her name was like Midge or something like that, or I don't think it was Midge. Midge was the pregnant one. I don't know. But anyway, she was in like a red wheelchair, and I don't know why I wanted that so bad at 5 years old, but I just did. And Barbie was everything. I had the dream house, I had the airplane, I had the convertible, I had everything. I even had like this little Barbie bowling alley type thing. I actually found it on Amazon. I was just kind of looking up toys of my childhood, and it came with like that middle-aged, not middle-aged like a 40-year-old, middle-aged like a middle sibling. I don't know. It was like, because it was supposed to be like Barbie, and then she had like a younger sister, and then like her super younger sister Kelly. There was like a middle one at some point, I think. I don't know. I'm reminiscing in Barbie. And then I remember my friend in like 3rd grade, she had like this little crane game for her Barbie, and she didn't want it anymore, and she gave it to me, and I was like dying. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this crane game. Ah. Another transition. I had a Barbie scooter, but my brother had a Razor scooter, and Razor scooters were like the coolest thing back then. Like if you had a Razor scooter, watch out for this kid on the cul-de-sac because he will kick your butt, honey. I always wanted it. Like even though I had my Barbie scooter with a little basket on it, I would always want my brother's. I wanted my brother's scooter. I was just like jealous. It was like the silver one, and it was super nice, and it would go so fast, and just beautiful, 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 beautiful. hit clips came out in like I think I was in like 2nd grade, so it was 2002, so this wasn't really 90s, but hit clips remind me of NSYNC, and NSYNC was the thing of the 90s. And I think, wasn't one of the NSYNC songs in like the Jimmy Neutron movie or something like that when they're at like Retroland? Yeah, I loved NSYNC, and I still love NSYNC now. Like, it's on my computer. I'll play it for you right now. I think I'm lying. Ah! Can I not break my mirror? Oh my gosh. Oh, this girl! Alright, I'm done. Oh wait, no, I gotta hear that hook, honey! Oh my gosh, my jam. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Bop It. Do we remember Bop It? Yeah, we remember Bop It. Bop It was crazy. Oh my gosh, and do you remember that game? What was that game called? Oh my gosh, it was like a box, and there were these little pieces. You would set a timer, and you would have to put the little pieces in, or else it would explode. It would explode. What was that game called? Oh my gosh, somebody please help me out. It was... Perfection! Was that what it was called? I can still hear the thing on the commercial. Racing the clock. Wow, goes perfection. Yeah, it was something like that. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna look that up. That game was my favorite. I loved it, and it gave me horrible anxiety. But I loved that game. I think I still have it somewhere. I also had a Skip It, which was another great thing. It kept my calves on point. I still have my Skip It. I actually just used it like 2 summers ago, I think. Yeah, it really took a lot of skill. And then I remember my cousin had like a pogo stick. I could never do pogo sticks. Do they even make those anymore? And this is so weird. This morning, I was just like trying to think of like really like hardcore sounding like usernames for like Instagram or something, or like a band name, or just, I don't know, just something cool. I was just trying to think of a really cool like name where it's just like, whoa, that's so BA. I thought of Death by Pogo Stick. I think that would be like a cool band name. Because I always remember feeling like a pogo stick was just like the most impossible thing ever, so I thought that was a cool name. Alright, I'm going back to what this video is actually about now. My failed attempts at band names and username ideas. Hence where my username came from. The Powerpuff Girls, okay, that was like my favorite thing ever. I had the little toys and such. I never got the Mojo Jojo one though. My friend had that and I was jealous, and his helmet actually came off on the toy and it had a brain underneath, which is kind of weird for a child's toy. But I remember we got like a box of Cheerios and it had a Powerpuff Girls CD in it, and like when I think of my childhood, the Powerpuff Girls, like I can't disregard the Powerpuff Girls. It was just so... Oh my gosh, it was just so hardcore, just so, I just loved it. I don't even know the word for it. Lunchables. Lunchables were a thing. I know they still have them now, but back in the day, if you had Lunchables, you were the kid to beat, man. I mean, I remember one day I was grocery shopping with my mom, and she was like, what do you want in your lunch tomorrow? And I was just like, Lunchables, and she actually let me get one. I think I had like just a couple Lunchables in my lifetime. I don't know why they wouldn't let me get Lunchables. I guess just because they're like unhealthy. I got the nachos one. I guess that's why they wouldn't let me get them. I wonder if Lunchables still taste as good now as they did back then. Probably not. And the last thing is the Macarena, that dance. Is that the Macarena? More specifically about the Macarena, I feel like I've told this story before, but I got this monkey for Christmas, or a gorilla or something, and he did the Macarena. The music would play and he would like dance to it, and I just played that thing over and over again, and I loved it. And I was so little. I was probably like 6, maybe 5. I was young, and my uncle threw it away. threw it in the trash, threw it completely away in a black trash bag, tied it up, and threw it in the back of his truck, and I never saw it again. Why did my mom not kick his ass? I don't know. If somebody stole my kid's toy and threw it in their car, I'd be like, hey! In his defense, the thing was pretty annoying, and I did not stop playing it. Got what was coming to me, I guess. That's all I could really think of for this video. I mean, obviously there's a ton more 90s things that's just, I feel the nostalgia right now. I actually have like goosebumps. I think that's just because it's cold in here. But I feel really nostalgic today. So thank you guys so much for watching and being there for me. I just recently reached 50,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone. Oh my gosh, I cannot thank you guys enough. So for those of you that have stuck with me through thick and thin, we're like brothers. I don't even know. In celebration of 50,000 subscribers, I went and I opened up a P.O. box. So if you would like to send me your drawings, letters, random things, you can send it to Adria Killen, P.O. Box 1517, Mount Dora, Florida 32757. I'll have it written like right here, and it's also down in the description box. I am going to go now and look up that commercial for Perfection, I think it was called. Why do I feel like that's wrong? I feel like it was like, no, I think it was called Perfection, and the commercial was really creepy. Like, the guy had like big crazy eyes, and he was like all over the place, and it was really scary, and it was very anxiety inducing. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of the 90s if you lived it, and if you did not live it, do you wish you had? Alright, I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys.